because there is a hunger, there is a desire to understand what is happening in Palestine. You see, and they came in their droves to sit in the mosque beside fellow students to understand. And what happened, as I said, here in the United Kingdom during that period was 21 universities were occupied across the United Kingdom. There were others in France. Why? Because the students wanted the university authorities to take a stand. In some cases, they demanded that investments with companies doing business in Israel and in particular in the West Bank should be reviewed. But in a sense, some good will come out of all of this. What good, you may ask? Well, I say to you, those who pay lip service to freedom of speech, to liberalism, to democracy, to human rights, they will be exposed when they try to stifle a debate at a premier academic institution like Cambridge. They will be exposed for what they are. Yeah. And this is the good. This is the good that you see will come out of episodes like these. But why has the process, the campaign, accelerated in recent months? I put it to you that it has accelerated because of a single event, a watershed in the conflict, and that was Gaza. Gaza, according to Professor Finkelstein, it was one step too far. It led to a report by a preeminent judge, himself a Jew, himself a Zionist. And that report made a profound case for war crimes and crimes against humanity. It is a call for what? For the activation of universal jurisdiction with regard to those who committed those crimes. And this is what is at the bottom of the current debate and the current efforts, you see, to close the doors on those who speak on Palestine today. It is described in some circles as a process of delegitimization. This is what the Reut Institute wrote in February of this year in a submission to the Israeli government, that across the world there is an effort to erode Israel's legitimacy. And as students, some of you of international law would ask, what is it that is legitimate about the forgery of British passports and the use of British passports to conduct murder? What is legitimate about this? What is legitimate about a state that stands accused of war crimes and crimes against humanity? David Gardner wrote in the Financial Times last month. He wrote that these are the characteristics of a rogue state. So the Guardian, the day before the Guardian newspaper, its editorial, it described this state as an apartheid state. So in the public discourse, in the public domain, there is a perception, whether we like it or not, that we have gone beyond the pale of acceptance of what is happening in Palestine. And nothing can now justify, you see, the callousness and the breaches of international law which we see. So even from within Israel today, 2 days ago, a journalist, Jonathan Cook, he wrote about the two apartheids, the great apartheid and the small apartheid. So when So he's the anti-Semite. He calls us, he says, he tries to delegitimize us that we are apartheid. Well, even from within Israel, people are declaring that this is an apartheid state. Yesterday, the Minister of Health in Gaza was invited to speak at the University of Stuttgart in Germany, alongside the former Speaker of the House of the Parliament in Israel. His name is Abraham Burke. And Abraham Burke agreed to speak alongside the Minister of Health, who is the minister in Gaza. So, of course, he's labeled as a Hamas representative. The government of Israel wrote an official complaint to the German government asking them to withdraw the invitation, so the minister cannot speak at the University of Stuttgart. Well, one of the interesting things I noted about this episode was that Abraham Burke himself wrote in The Guardian on the 15th of September 2003 an article entitled "The End of Zionism." And that's an astounding article. He says that this entire efficacy that we've built in Palestine is collapsing because of its injustice, because of its inhumanity, because of its callousness. He is the speaker. He is from within the establishment. And this is what he wrote. You see? This is what he wrote. So there is no need to vilify non-Israelis, Muslims or otherwise, because from within the house of Zion in Israel, there are those who are speaking out. What about the former Attorney General, Michael